Currently on the Lazy Git Chronicles. Yeah, Mr. Rescue over here, he's a bit stumped on the what's going on here. So we tried every single option of where this part here goes and that part there goes and whatnot. And what do you think? Do you think we're gonna get this running, or do you think it's getting a bit too absurd?
You asking me?
Yeah.
It's got spark.
Spark.
It's got fuel.
Fuel.
It's a running engine.
Has it got air though?
It's got air.
It's got air. So it's got the whole fuel, air, combustion.
I don't know what's going on. We've seen spark. And this was the normal running engine. We know that that intake's not right, but that shouldn't be making that much difference. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. These have immobilizers. There could be some sort of immobilizer issue, but that would restrict the spark, and we've got spark. So I don't know. I don't have a clue. I've double checked the stator wires. They are exactly the same. The green is bottom left, although saying that, looking in, green is bottom left, brown is bottom right. Bottom left, brown is bottom right. Let's just double check that. Yeah, it's the same in here. Green's bottom left here. Let's just double check that. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, it's the same. Green is top right. Brown is top left. Yeah, it's exactly the same setup. I have no idea. No idea. I'm getting wound up though. I want the DNA to fire up.
Oh, hear that?
Oh man. Oh, I'm kidding. Come on, eat. Grab your stuff. I swear I checked. It wasn't meant to rain today.
Looks like.
Oh, that's proper wet.
Well, you know what they say, the wetter the better.
Alright guys, we've got the little DNA here. We're having no luck today with bikes at all. This thing's a pain in the arse. I've asked for a refund on that intake as it's blatantly a 50cc one. They've already tried to argue it and say it's not. This bike, what did we do, Sultan? We connected up to the battery terminals and it tried to start itself up, didn't it?
That's not a good sign, is it?
So, shall we show you what we mean, guys? So, here's the power. Here's the battery terminal, and that's going to try and fire it up, even though the key isn't on. Look. The bike's got huge issues. Stop there. And that, guys, like I said, that's the key, not on. We've got, so that would go to the battery normally, guys. Okay.
Imagine it on the battery sparking.
And then that is the other side of the battery. There's no reason why the bike is turning over unless the key was on and turned and the button was stuck and the brake lines were stuck as well. It shouldn't be doing that. I highly doubt it's sparking. I am going to pop that spark plug, Sultan, and we're going to check before we do anything else, before we actually let the fuel through. We've got the fuel set up. Look how red it is, guys. We've got plenty two-stroke in there, way too much for the bike. But that's because we want to lubricate this engine. Even if it don't fire up, it's going to be good for this engine to lubricate it up a bit. So, pop the spark plug, look for some spark with this stupid weird setup, because it's not going through the ignition system, it shouldn't have spark. That's the technical truth. Yes?
It's too cold.
Oh, stop you moaning. Let's see. Alright guys, so just for kind of reference, the key is in and on, just out of curiosity. Sultan's ready to electrocute himself. Here's the spark plug. I'm not expecting spark, but you just never know with crap bikes like this. Wait a minute, let me zoom. Go on in, Sultan, give it a spin. There is spark. And stop. There is spark. So, technically, we chuck this back on, the spark in, and we run that fuel and two-stroke mix through it, and there's compression and spark. So, technically,
It should be running.
it should run. It should run. It's not going to, though.
Oh, yeah.
Alright guys, I'm really not expecting to hear this thing, but we're going to dump some fuel through it, and we're just curious. We're curious. I'm going to put the idle up a touch, and then we're going to play with it and see what happens, eh? Sultan, all good?
Yeah, alright.
You scared?
Yeah, well, I got my headphones now, so I'm alright.
Eh? Aha, take on me?
For a bit of Toto Africa.
Right, right here, let's turn the fuel on. Dude, right, you play with that part. I'm going to give it some restriction. You get electrocuted. Right, let's see, guys.
Ready when you are?
Yeah. Nice amount of fuel spill here, but that's quite normal. That means there's plenty in the carb now. Yeah, go on. I feel like let's try and give it a helping hand. Hang on. I don't know if there's anything left in this. Alright. Go on, have a spit.
Oh, the battery is full of
That's the, alright. That's the ZX battery. Right, what should we do? Should we bring the flyover? Let's bring the flyover, we'll connect that up. Guys, we're going to connect it up to another battery. We've got a Piaggio flyover there. Right, guys, Sultan's chatting rubbish.
Hi.
So this intake manifold is the correct one for our Vespa over there. We're kind of on our last ditch effort here to... Wait a minute, Sultan, I don't want to rip it. To see what's going on with that bike, because that, my God, was a riding bike. So let's put the right intake manifold on, which is this one here, and let's see what's going on. I have no idea, guys. Give us a couple of minutes. We are not winning today. Shut up. Sultan's using Pepsi to reference his life. It just doesn't work. Right, so what have we done? We've put a new intake manifold on from the Fly. It didn't fire up. And we have to hold this. We need to not let any air out. And what have I just done? Oh, I've changed the coil now, guys. So I put this coil on here. And the spark plug. I've changed the coil and the spark plug. Because, my God, there's nothing left. Let's see. We might get lucky. Earlier, we kicked it over with the new manifold, the intake manifold, and it kicked back again. It fired. So we are absolutely lost. Better or worse?
I don't know, let's find out.
Yeah, you press the button. Well, it hasn't.
Yeah. I think it's flooding, that's why it keeps on doing that.
It could be a bit flooded now. I mean, you know, I'm proper lost now with regards to wiring, if I'm being honest. We also need to I don't know.
I think that needs to be nipped off.
Right, go on, you go again, you go again. One more. Yes!
This is at the moment when, in episode 1, Phantom Menace, when the corporations get that together.
That's an engine!
It works, it runs. Oh, let's see.
Coil!
Coil. So the coil works. There's a coil problem.
I've changed the coil and the spark plug.
So what's left of it?
Nothing.
Put it together.
Put it together and go for a ride.
You're going for a ride.
We're doing it today, no chance. You have to take the whole front wheel off, put the caliper back on.
Oh yeah, that'll be okay.
Tomorrow.
What?
No, you can't have this intake manifold.
Oh yeah, because that, but when that the manifold comes, then I think.
Yes, because that needs to go back on that.
I think petrol's run out.
Go on, fire us up. No, it's petrol. Yeah, that's a good sounding bike. Yes. Solved. Solved, guys. So what we did, which I did tell you about a few hours ago, but you didn't listen, although to be fair, I should have just done it. We swapped the spark plug out and we swapped the coil out. And obviously the intake manifold from the from the Fly. Now guys, the company are saying to me, can I send this back? Now we know that I can't because I've butchered it, right? That's that's fair point. Hang on a minute. I might be able to use this still.
What
for that.
You're gonna try it now.
I should throw it back on because it was a spark plug issue. Anyway, guys, the point is, rock solid, absolutely rock solid. This was off, guys. That was the biggest issue for me. They're saying send it back. Now, if I send this back to them, they would try and sell it, even if I hadn't butchered it. They would try and sell it to some poor, unsuspected sod, and that's not fair. It's crap. So I'm saying no. I don't want to send it back. I have ordered the single version of this that's coming. So I think I don't know what to do. We're going to switch that back. I think no point messing around, but we can look at what can we look at, Sultan? Kind of buttoning it back up, putting it all back on, making it look like a bike and
stolen mandible bike on Vespa.
Yeah, I might use this as my winter bike, mate. I might just give you your profit.
Let's get this sold first.
What? The Arrow?
Yes, we're gonna get that sold.
You got to lower it, 750, I reckon.
Yeah, I'll put it down for 750.
That was nice to hear a bike.
Runs.
Do you think that intake manifold will work? I bet it will.
I mean, the back wheel was.
Nah, I'm gonna wait for the real one. It's wider diameter.
No chance.
This will restrict the bike, and if I'm using it, I don't want to restrict it.
If I sell the bike, I'll do whatever I like with it.
Well, I owe you like 200 profit, so I'll just give that to you at some point in the near future. Far.
I have grey hair as yours by the time I get that 200 quid.
Yeah, probably. Right, did the Piaggio Fly, guys? Some idiot stole its intake manifold. So this Fly went on its side the other day, and Warren, the owner, he's just had enough of it. It's a great bike, guys. It's my bike. I sold it to him a year and a half ago. I'm pretty sure it was one owner from new.
Where's that sound familiar from?
It needs a good clean, and it was his first bike, so he's been a bit reckless with it. But overall, I know it's a good bike. Problem is, Dawn wants this bike, and that's absolutely fine, Dawn. Problem for me is, I haven't left him with a bike because I thought Jake's bike was going to sort him out today, if I'm being honest. So I need to work all this out. But this is a great normal riding bike. Me and Sultan will have a quick look at the oil spill. But I know what's happened there, guys. It's turned over. The oil's come up through the airbox probably, or even just spilled over the oil plug, and it's come down the side, and you can see that down there, the oil spill there. So Honestly, no worry there. The biggest problem there is just wiping it off and topping up the oil. Checking the steering straight, checking the brakes, checking everything else. Dawn's getting it cheap enough for me not to worry too much about the panels. Warren wants a box, but it's not the end of the world. If Dawn wants the box, I'll just buy him one for his bike. What?
There's a box right there if you want.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Okay, so swap the manifolds back.
What are we gonna do with
the DNA?
Yeah.
I don't like the DNA. Can't stand it. I don't know. Maybe I'll tell Jake it fired up and sell it to him. I'll say, Jake, give me my 75 quid back and I'll let you have the whole thing. It's crap, Sultan. It's not. There's no way in hell.
You could parts it as well.
We put a lot of power through it. We put this bike with the engine running through it and it didn't turn over right. That's a parts bike. To be fair, the wheels are a nice colour, aren't they? The wheels, and they have good tyres on them.
It looks too...
The suspension sells for a bomb, Jake says. The panels sell for quite a lot.
Well, that's the waiting game, and that's up to you.
The exhaust will sell for a fair amount. I don't know. Look at the wiring on it. Even if I'm sitting here thinking I'd love to throw an engine in that works, right? But look at the wiring on it. It's firing up without us pressing anything.
He's saying it's not nicked. I think...
Of course it's not nicked.
Hold on. Have you read the number plate first? Just have a look at what the number plate says, and then you can...
I know it's not nicked. We bought it from a dealership. We bought it from a guy who just had it stuck in the back for years. Apparently they rebuilt that engine and left it without a carb. I think they were chain crap. Right, so we got something good done today, guys. We've got the Vespa up and running again, which is cool, I think. I need to put a bolt through the rear shock. I'm aware that we haven't done that yet. And I think I'm going to buy a sticker kit for the sides to cover all that crap.
You could just paint it. There's a shop down there that sells all the shit we need.
It's so hard to get it. Are you talking about just the over, just that bit, like black, just this bit here?
Yeah, it says spray.
Oh, you're not talking about the whole bike, are you?
Oh god, no. That's no.
You'd have to have. You'd have to have edging tape just to. I can't be arsed. You can buy them stickers. They're like 40 quid.
40 quid for a sticker?
Yeah, but they go here. They cover this whole area.
When you could just go down the road and buy 5 quid worth of spray paint.
Yeah, but then you just have a weird bodged, sprayed part of a bike.
And this bike is not bodged enough already.
For 60 quid, it could be a nice riding bike with nice sticker kit on it.
Or for 5 quid. And probably a cup of tea because
it only owes us £1,000 already.
It owes you £1,000.
Right, but I do want to put the intake manifold back on the fly because I feel like the fly's naked. So let's sort that out. Okay, guys. So having looked at the fly, I'm going to take it for a spin now. This bike's fully insured and taxed and MOT, and it has everything on it. A couple of things I don't like. The top fairing here, I'm going to have to put a couple of cable ties on there. It's actually a well-known issue with these. They kind of all clip on. You see there's a clip there and it clips onto there. The clips just basically, they stop working. And it's a bit annoying actually. So these all should clip together. And like I said, it's well known that they just stop clipping. So normally you put a cable tie here and a cable tie here. And that solves that issue. Make sure the screws are on there. Otherwise, I want to give it a bit of a clean in places using the what do you call it? The turtle wax. The seat's rubbish, guys. Absolute rubbish. You can get them for a few pounds on eBay. It's very easy to swap over the ignition switch. But again, it's a cheap bike and it's a good running engine. I'm going to just test it, make sure the steering's okay. I've already fixed the light bulb. I did that. When did I do that? Thursday, maybe. That was in a state. Tyres are pretty much brand new. It was MOT'd a month ago. I want to check that it's steering properly. And the oil is non-existent. It's tipped out basically. Look, so there's your dipstick. It's dry. Look, I'll put it back in. Watch. Put it back out. Come on. It's dry. So I'm going to top up the oil. There's no issues there at all. And I think it will be good. So I'm going to give it a quick spin and see what happens.
Coming closer towards the end of the day. What have you got up to? This runs. Don't know if it rides. Rear wheel goes around. Just gotta get all fixed up and nipped up. It will run, it will ride, and I don't know, he wants to make it his winter bike, but we shall see. DNA. What do you think about the DNA?
I can't stand it. I really wanted it to run. The electrics are bad, shocks are bad, engine's bad. It's crap.
So this is one of the bikes that rescuer himself says you can't really do anything about. But let's get on to the fly.
They just rely on clips and they just bend and ruin. And normally it's the mirrors that hold it on. But we always put a couple of cable ties through. Normally one here and one here.
Mechanic stitch, drill it through.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, you could just get two zip ties or cable ties and just clip them together, or just temporary use. So around here. Oh.
No, I'll do it properly. Just a little. I'll do it properly. It takes 2 minutes and lasts forever.
Forever, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to do that quickly now, actually, and then I'm going to take it for a spin. Now it's got oil. It'll feel much happier. And Dawn's going to paint it, I believe. She's all horror, chucky and stuff like that. So she's going to.
There was one thing I was going to tell you. One thing. Okay, so I don't have a bike because most of my work I normally walk to as a carpenter. My full-time job is a carpenter. I carry most of my stuff. You can't put, let's say for example, this DNA. You can't put a chop saw, a circular saw, a drill, a bloody chop saw and all that bollocks on a motorbike. You can do it in a car, but you can't do it on a motorbike. So I don't really see a point in me spending £2 on a motorbike if I'm not really going to be using it. Even when I go gym, it's in a ULEZ zone, so don't really need it. However, indeed, my dear motorcycle rescuing friend.
What?
I had the same idea.
About what? You want to do a horror bike?
I don't want to do a horror bike, no. I want to paint it to the colours of green, red and brown.
Yeah, what's that?
Who came back in The Mandalorian?
Ah, Boba.
Yes! He's clocking on! Spoiler alert, Boba Fett is alive and well.
Good idea, but it would just look like an army bike.
That's where I was thinking the same thing, because you know the Renegade? You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
It's like an army bike, or some of the 90s Harleys. But if you add some like details where you know like the pouches or like the Mandalorian logo, things like that, little details, and like a bit of like the brown on it, some bits of red.
Good idea.
Either paint it in the style of the actual Boba Fett uniform, or paint it like Slave 1 in at least the original trilogy, not the prequel trilogy.
Are you still talking? Sorry.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
I said it's a good idea.
It's okay. It's easy, just like it's a good idea. But yeah, that's what I think at least. Do as Boba Fett or thing, or at least like a Razor Crest, and see how that goes. So yes, here is Mr. Rescuer himself. Are you doing the bolt or are you doing the thingy?
Well, I was hoping to get that broken bolt out so we can put a new.
You thought about putting some WD in it?
There is WD in it. It's quite stuck. I mean, it's probably been there a long time, eh?
What? Hold on.
What?
Are you sure that's the HS bit?
Yeah, it is.
Or from the distance, it looked like a wood bit. I was about to go. What's going on? At the end of it, it sounded like a bit like the potato Harley.
Why did it cut out? The idle's a bit low actually. Right, we're nearly there. A couple of clips up there. Might have to do one on the sides and all. You hardly even notice they're there.
Depends which colour you're doing.
Depends what?
Depends what colour you're doing.
I don't even know what colour I've got. There's a screw for that bit actually.
Charlie's riding the Piaggio Fly? I don't know, something fly. Anyways, so what's the plan with this? Either Charlie's going to make it into his winter bike, or we're going to sell it. We're going to sell it either for around 750 area around it and whatnot. However, we are definitely going to make the thing of that it's got a 125 engine inside of it, and it's a 50cc. It's registered as a 50cc. As both law-abiding citizens, we would make this clear. We wouldn't hide anything. We would make it clear. So once the seller, the buyer buys it, we make it clear. And whatever he does after that period is entirely up to him or her and their choices and so on. We can only advise. They can use it for private property use. They can use it for whatever they want legally, and all sorts. But we can only advise and whatnot. Anyways, Glera. This is a bike from hell, and that's where it's going. Gonna be... What's going on here? What's going on here?
Lauren wants to see the bike.
Okay, yeah, so she wants a bike. This is going to be turned into any particular type of horror
It's
film.
only the seat that sits down. They're only like 20 quid on...
I mean, she could do it as a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of thing, have the seat that way.
I've tested it, it runs and rides perfectly. It rides very well actually.
Paint, so the buyer that wants this, she wants to make it into some horror theme thing, which sounds good. Dye the black to brown, turn that a bit darkish with a bit of dirt. It could be like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of deal. Do green and red, do brown, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. What else is there? What other horror films is there? Can't really do Michael Myers, or it's just like going to be like pale grey and dark blue or something. Pretty boring. I don't know. What other horror films are there?
What?
Horror films, because she wants to paint it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. She knows what she's doing. She loves all that gory stuff.
Oh, alright, she could have
I've been
the...
to her house. It's all in the windows, like Chucky's and scary dolls and
Like
it's
Annabelle
like Halloween all year round. It's not insulting.
It's not insulting. I'm saying...
All I'm saying is...
There's better ways.
I needed to go piss and I held on to it.
Wait, what?
Rather than going... I'm only joking, Don.
So she like... If she's got interest in it, do you think like she should get into the industry?
What?
If she has like a good, like a firm interest in horror, do you think she should get into the industry?
She might be, for all we know.
Yeah. Like makeup artist or something like that, or like one of those like effects.
I'm so excited that ran.
Yeah, it's like, this is what you call pod racing!
Because it ran originally.
He actually was excited. He was thinking. Anyways, back to what my property is, my project. Noah's buying that for 850. Noah's buying for 800. 750 on the dot, no low, no less. So apparently, I don't know if have you told him about the Jake's bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that ran down on him in Cali Road, and basically he had to do the walk of shame or the drive of shame, and push it down Cali Road, and didn't get his MOT sorted.
I didn't quite tell him that.
But yeah, that's the name of the game. I think, well, normally we don't have a test ride. Our test ride is once we insure it and then we get on the roads. And then that's basically our test ride right there. He learned his lesson. He done his test ride now after about a long time of trying to get insurance on it because, he's planning to sell it in about like, what, couple hours, couple whatever.
What?
When are you planning to sell it to this person called Dawn? I don't know this person.
What, the Fly?
Yeah.
The Fly has MOT.
But I'm talking about when are you planning to sell it?
I need to talk to Warren first.
Talk to Warren. Once you talk to Warren,
owns that bike.
Well, you haven't bought it off him yet, have
He
you?
dropped it Tuesday or Wednesday. It used to be mine, and I think he's just had enough of it. It was his first bike. He's dropped it a couple of times. I've always repaired it, and I think he's just emotionally kind of over that bike. You understand that more than anyone. You drop everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that's exactly what happened with me the first time I met you.
He wants something different, but I don't want to give that to Dawn yet until he's dead set. He wants another bike, you know? So we'll work on that.